Hello and welcome to this show, and I'm your host Saurabh Sanyal, and we have our panel today with Abhinav, Varun, Inder, Nikunj, and Apoorva bhai, and we all know exactly why we are live today. Yes, you are correct. But who left?
in the logged off. But yeah, I
Okay,
think I'll
fine,
complete
no
the
problem.
sentence for you. We're previewing the five-time champions, joint record, joint most joint most holding champions Mumbai Indians. So yeah, I think
Cool.
I
So
complete your
here
sentence.
and we are starting right now, and before we go to the MI, okay. So there is the and Manjunath bhai. How can I miss him? So exactly. Two South African wicket keepers for Mumbai. It is the Kock and Quinton. Lots of ton and lots of is there. It's okay. So guys, first before starting to the squad and all, you guys unanimously said how exactly you guys have a feeling or the gut this time for Mumbai Indians. Please.
I mean, I think it's. I mean, if I can start off, I think it's the team this time looks a lot more rounded in a way. I mean, you have better. You in a way have created more options for yourself in some very critical roles. At least you now. So for a Rickleton, you now have somebody like who could an extremely high value backup like Quinton who could easily be replaced, who could actually easily replace him in this 11. For Will Jacks, you now have Shafane Rutherford in the squad, and Will Jacks has had a fantastic, I think, over the last 6 months or so, he has really come off age as a T20 player, especially, and has grown his game to an extent that he's now he's able to bat more he's able to bat in a lower down the order in a number 5, 6, 7 role, and is more has become a regular contributor with his Austin. I think, and you have a Shapeen Rutherford who's come in. You have Corbin Bosch who's grown strength from strength to strength as a player over the last 12 months for South Africa. Mitchell Santner has suddenly found his long
अभिनव
handle.
अभिनव अभिनव तू मोनोलॉग पे कंसंट्रेट थोड़ा कम कर
I
बहुत
mean,
मोनोलॉग मार रहे है तू
I know,
तू
I
हम भी
know, I know. I'm just giving a base
अरे
for everybody.
मैं तेरे गट फीलिंग अरे भाई यहाँ सारे के सारे एमआई के फैन है ऑलरेडी
Gut
इससे पहले
feeling,
5
gut feeling है
गट
because
फीलिंग क्या
a lot of
बस
a lot of the players in this squad are coming in
after a very
real hot form. So I think
true
it gives because of the form that a lot of the big players are coming into this IPL. I think it gives Mumbai a very strong chance to actually go on to win a sixth title. Whether that happens or not will have to be seen. I mean, 14 games will decide all of that. But with the form that a lot of the big players are in, I think it automatically boosts Mumbai's chances significantly. And I'm
cool
Yeah, I think
sorry for the monologue.
one of the things what Mumbai did not do right at the start of last year in 2025 was that during the power play they used to leak a lot of runs. Eventually, their bowling economy was the best towards 8 or 8.5. But I think at the start of the season they leaked a lot of runs. That is something which they will definitely want to correct oblique consider as they start this season. And Hardik Pandya, as much as we talk about Mitchell Santner, we talk about Corbin. Abhinav mentioned about Corbin Bosch also. I think Hardik Pandya's role in this season, as much as last season, is going to be very vital because the the level of game that he's bringing on right now, especially when we saw it during the T20 World Cup also, the confidence that he has is enormous. And Hardik Pandya is a confidence and a momentum player, right? I mean, he will give that level of confidence and momentum to his players also. So it's very important that Hardik Pandya starts the season right. He will open the bowling for sure, no two questions on that. He will actually also become their main finisher. Last two probably last season he was there, but the year before that, he just came back into MI from GT. So he was also trying to shuffle himself in and out. I think this season, if MI has to win, Hardik Pandya will be very, very crucial in overs 15 to 20, which we saw even during the T20 World Cup with Shivam Dube recently. So I think Hardik Pandya, Sharfain Rutherford, and Will Jacks will control the latter half for Mumbai. They've got a solid, opening combination with Rohit and Rohit Sharma, and I think they will go for Quinton de Kock more than Ryan Rickelton because of the reason that QDC also keeps wickets for South Africa. Three, they are kind of sorted with Surya Kumar or Tilak based on lefty righty. Uh, Bumrah obviously coming in from the bowling perspective. They got a Mitchell Santner also. So I think they have got a very, very solid team. And the fact that Abhinav, you rightly mentioned that there are players who are in momentum. And this is a league of momentum. You want to keep the momentum which you have had over the last couple of months and the confidence going into the tournament, which is a long tournament, by the way. But if you start right, then you end right as well.
Along with that, Apoorva, my point is that if we compare the 2025 season along with leaking the runs at the starts, some of the games where they could easily target or you can say chase down the 190 against the GT, or some of the matches where they came close but they could not capitalize. I
Yeah.
mean, both the games against the GT they lost. So it's in fact, if Hardik has to come very, very hard, the middle over somehow, along with the Hardik, somehow is weak. When Tilak is gone,
So 7 to
this
16 was
time,
actually Surya Kumar was the main for 7 to 16 in the middle overs. Bulk of his runs were
but if
also
he's
coming in
gone,
7 to 16.
but if he's gone right now
That's
without the Hardik
exactly.
in this team
Yeah.
right now, either you have Rutherford, if Rutherford or Jacks, whosoever plays, and you are relying on the Namandir. So Namandir is is kind of a player which is right now who is not in a good form currently, and who can replace him from a domestic player scouts. That is something to look out for. But if you have a right combinations, if Surya is not playing good in between 7 to 16s, the score which were not chased down in the last seasons can somehow turn the table this seasons, and they can start with the winning momentum also. I think the last season they lost the first game versus Chennai Super King, correct?
Yeah.
And they lost with almost what, 4 runs of I don't remember. They
It was
lost
a very
We
tight
lost
game.
lost against
last
Chennai.
over. In last
It was a
over,
tight
death
game.
with down. 4 wickets
I
Yeah,
lost.
also I I also feel
And
that this year Shardul Thakur is a good trade to come back into Mumbai from LSG. I think it's a good
but
trade
where will you
for
put
sure.
him? Where will you put him?
He'll come
You
at
have
7 or 8.
Deepak Chahar,
Yeah.
you have Trent Ball. No,
But
there's no
if
no
you want to
place.
use a batting
There's no
all-rounder,
place for
then
Shardul Thakur. There's no place for Shardul Thakur. If you want to consider you can think of it in place of a Namandir. That's the only place I can think of that you
I
could
think
play
there is a
Shardul Thakur.
I think there is a question for
no, it's
Varun here from Manjunath Bhai. So Varun,
Yeah.
any news about Izhar and any update on Raj Baba recent forms? Robin Minch, Danish Malwar, will they get chances in a star-studded lineup? I think. See, Varun,
हेलो।
क्या लगता है?
आ-
हेलो वरुण, आवाज आ
आवाज
रही है?
मुझे कुछ सही, हमको सुनाई नहीं दे रहा है सही से आवाज।
आवाज आ रही है?
तो हाँ, अभी थोड़ा मतलब कट कट के आवाज आ रहा है, लेकिन देखिए मोहम्मद इजहार का जहाँ तक बात है, तो मोहम्मद इजहार को हमने देखा था इस बार सैयद मुश्ताक अली ट्रॉफी खेलते हुए बिहार की टीम से। वहाँ पे इनका काफी ठीक ठाक बॉलिंग रहा था। जब जब ये डेब्यू कर रहे थे तभी अ, मैंने ट्वीट भी किया था कि बिहार का एक ऐसा लेफ्ट आर्म मतलब लंबा गेंदबाज है जो डेब्यू कर रहा है। इनका पेस वही बहुत ज्यादा पेस तो नहीं है, 135-36 के आसपास पेस से कर
Advance
देते
game
हैं
है.
बॉलिंग, लेकिन उससे ज्यादा तेज दिखते
Nice.
हैं। कई ऐसे बैट्समैन खेलते हुए सैयद मुश्ताक अली ट्रॉफी में हमने देखा कि पेस से उनको दिक्कत आ रहा था, जबकि 140 प्लस ऐसा कुछ उनका स्पीड आता नहीं है। और मतलब यॉर्कर भी काफी बढ़िया कर लेते हैं। उन्होंने अरसिन कुलकर्णी को यॉर्कर पे एकदम चकमा दिया था और लगभग गिरते हुए बचे थे, वहां से बोल्ड किया था अरसिन कुलकर्णी को। और हाइट का भी इनका एक एडवांटेज है, मतलब डेथ ओवर में भी बॉलिंग किए थे और वहाँ पे भी बढ़िया किए थे, तो ऑल फिर बॉलिंग करके सैयद मुश्ताक अली में उन्होंने दिखाया था। और ऐसा मतलब पोटेंशियल है इनमें कि आगे बढ़िया परफॉर्म कर पाए, क्योंकि पहला
देखो
सीजन
रॉबिन
था ये सैयद मुश्ताक अली में
रॉब
और वहाँ पे
रॉबिन
भी
मीन्स रॉबिन मीन्स का तो मुझे पता है कि इसका भी फॉर्म ठीक ठाक चल रहा है। राज अंगद बाबा का क्या चल रहा है हालचाल, तुम्हें कुछ पता है इसके बारे में?
राज बाबा का तो अभी पता नहीं, इस ये वाला डोमेस्टिक सीजन हम भी उतना फॉलो नहीं कर रहे थे, लेकिन
नहीं मतलब
राज बाबा
वो
का
खेला भी नहीं, वो
थोड़ा सा
इंजर्ड था, there's some problem with injuries.
More than Raj Baba, I think the player, a lot of the followers for MI fans probably need to look at a little closely is Mayank Rawat. I think Varun will also agree. I think Mayank Rawat is the player I think MI fans could have a serious look at, because I think he plays in that Naman Dheer wala role. He plays in that Naman Dheer role lower down the order, and and I think in both the trials and now in the practice matches, shown he's shown the ability that he can hit a very long ball. So I think that is one player I think they should look forward to. But I think I think what Apoorva and Nikunj rightly said, I think Hardik's role in that in the middle phase of the innings, at 7 to 16, the drive phase of the innings is where his role as a batter will really become very critical, because last year Mumbai, I think amongst all the teams, had one of the slower run rates in the middle over phase, because last year we
Yes.
noticed till getting stuck against spin, especially against off spin, he got very badly stuck.
But
It also
Abhinav,
led
the
to that
reason
famous retire out.
Abhinav, the
Hmm.
reason why Mumbai was struggling in those 7 to 16 was that they were losing a lot of wickets upfront. Their
Yes,
opening
that is true.
partnerships was also a bit of a challenge, and hence that was the reason why Surya used to consolidate in the the 7 to 16, the
Exactly.
post the
Either
first power play.
Rohit would be dismissed early or Ryan Richardson would get
Exactly,
dismissed early. Neither of
exactly.
those
So that was what was happening. Yeah,
were able to extend the partnership until the 10th or 11th over.
yeah.
It happened very rarely. So on maybe 2 or 3 occasions that they were able to extend their partnership beyond the power play, I think, which is why MI struggled in that phase. But they again, I mean, they've always been the team which has been the best in the 16 to 20 over phase, both with the bat and the ball. I think, which is,
I
and I think I think with somebody like Will Jacks having developed as a finisher, I think it gives Mumbai a lot of flexibility now to shuffle around with entry points now. I think because his ability to hit proper pace has come off. It's come on leaps and bounds. I think it's helping him that
Will
England is
Jackson, 2025, 26 now has been a very different player to
has
what
completely
he was
turned the
last
Yeah,
page as
season,
a
that's the
right?
player.
point. That's the
Ah,
He
point.
was
The Mumbai started with a very high hopes on the Will Jacks, couldn't capitalize, couldn't turn out in the 2025 the way
it was his
he
bowling
is
which was
supposed
giving them
to.
more value than the bat. He was giving more value with the
Correct.
ball than the bat.
But
but
but Abhinav,
Abhinav, one
my
point.
point.
Please, please.
Nikunj, can I just take this point because of on the batting front we were talking?
Mhm.
Just a moment.
Yeah. I'll go after you, obviously.
Abhinav, one point which I wanted to make was that MI in the last, I think, 5 seasons has not
Mhm.
had a top 10 batter apart from Surya coming second or third
Yes.
last year. So that
I
shows
think
the fact
he won
that
the
they have been.
orange cap. He won the orange cap, I think.
No, he not won the Oracle. He was second or third last season,
Third.
I
and
think it was Sai.
third.
Sai had won it.
Sai,
Sai
Shreyas
was able
Iyer,
to.
and Sai, Virat Kohli,
Hmm.
and then yeah. But what I'm trying to say is that Mumbai has not had a top 10 batter, Nikunj and Abhinav and Saurabh for that case. They've not had a top 10 batter in the last 4 to 5 seasons. So that shows a lot of inconsistency in the batting as well. You
Hmm.
might have
True.
starts, you
Fully
might not
fully
be able
agree.
to, you might not
That
be
is
able
that
to
is
Reason
true.
you might
True.
not be able
that
to
is
I
the
think
carry on
reason
where they were, and that was the
that
reason why a batting powerhouse like Mumbai does not qualify. See, if you look at Mumbai over the last 5 to 6 seasons, they have not been there apart from last Last time I think they played the eliminator, right?
The
Apart from
last
the
time,
last 4
apart from
seasons,
Surya, who finished, the last time anyone apart from Surya who finished in the top 2 or 3 of the orange cap charts, I think it was probably QDK. I think in 19 or 20. 19 and 20, in fact. So I think one of
Nikunj,
the openers will definitely need to have a big season. I think a 550 plus run season will be necessary for one of the two openers.
No,
I
not
don't know
even
whether Rohit
500.
will be able
Even
to.
if you have,
One second. You guys are talking about the runs and all a lot. The problem, I'm telling you, when you are a star-studded team, na, it's a very different kind of ball game. Especially with the MI, if you see their overall squad, I think top six has probability or can score 300 plus runs in an IPL season. And I'm telling you, anybody after three onwards, if they score 300 plus runs in an IPL, it's a good number because generally they get very less balls. Quite
Hmm.
obvious it is in this sense. What I personally believe, because instead of exaggerating the overall stuff, what we can say, why I'm saying the word exaggerating, because we always know MI is the best, no doubt. Even in the past 3, 4, or 5 sessions we did, everywhere we talked about 6 to 7 minutes about MI. Now, concern over here, what I wanted to know from you guys and other people, the other viewers to look into later, that what your gut says. Gut says yes, a winner or not, and then let's go ahead with the squad when
I
squad will
think
be
it's
shared
a
here.
winner. For me, it's a winner. It's the team which is a winner.
or
For me, it's straight away say it's a
Okay,
winning
winner.
team.
Apur bhai, what do you
yeah,
think? Winner or
Nikunj, go ahead. Go
I'm
ahead,
putting
Nikunj.
them into the. See, I want MI to win every season, so there's
But
no
DC
doubt
wanted
about
to
it.
keep. You wanted last time PV. Hey, leave. Da. I will share you 30 second ka
No,
shot.
MI
You said that
that has
you
a
want.
MI.
No.
That
You
has
also said.
MI.
Oh, you only told na when with Manju bhai that you wanted
Yeah,
PV
I
to win.
told MI, PBKS, MI, RCB, GT that these are my
सबको जिता
fours.
दो. हाँ, आउट ऑफ 5 जिता दो इसको. सबको ये इनका बस चले तो ये मतलब क्या है? कोई बात नहीं. That's okay. अपूर्व भाई,
See
बोलो
the
आप अपना
funny
क्या
part,
चांस
the
देखते हैं.
funny part. मैं फोरम को एक फनी पार्ट बताना चाहता हूँ. This is the only team with more 30 plus players. So
Oh,
it's
this time.
now the sun is
डू
setting.
और डाई डू और
The
डाई
sun
वाला
is
सिचुएशन हो गया है.
what the sun is
I
setting
think
for
that
most of the players. 32, 36, 34. You picked up Rohit, you picked up QDK, you pick up
Hey,
Jasprit
Rohit
Bumrah.
looks like 30-32 da. The way
It
he
does not
changed his
matter about
posture, the
looking
way
like.
no,
It
his
does not
shots are
matter
coming
about
really
looking
good
like.
in the net.
Don't
But
don't
I'll
you
use an
think don't you
I
think
will use an
I mean
anecdote
this
over
can
here.
be a hindrance in their campaign this season? The age of
My
the
point.
players. I mean
no,
I
they
no,
are
will
I
not
use
won't
an
that
say
bad.
hindrance.
anecdote over here. मैं एक
No,
anecdote use
he's
करूंगा यहाँ
speaking
पे.
up correctly. He's speaking correctly. If we go unbiased, Mumbai is going with the more star-studded player with a more age. Is actually the consistency concern at some point of a time. You see
It's
the
like a
last
Real
season what
Madrid
happens,
team of superstars, but they just could not gel together.
but
Hopefully, we
that's
don't
been
get into
five
that kind
years
of a
now.
But this
situation.
time, no,
That's
but
been
this time
five
he's
years
playing
now.
regular currently. Na, they are playing together. So I don't think exactly the problem because most of the star-studded players are coming together from the India's World Cup victory. So not taking that into the instance, there is a problem. I think there's a power problem is there with the MI because the way it has changed the hand from Rohit Sharma to Hardik Pandya, and I think exactly nobody liked it. But I think in last 2 years or last 1 year, a lot many things has been changed, and
No,
we can
but
see
Indravir
exactly.
picked up very good point. Indravir picked up a very good point. That's I want to hear it from here. What I wanted to share. I think he picked up correctly, but we lost him. But
हाँ
yeah,
वैसे
having a
पिक्चर से तो चला ही जाता है.
more 30 plus player. If you see, if you put down in a paper Mumbai Indians team at any season, it will be a hot cake that it can turn around the table at any point of a time. 7 to 16, nobody would have thought they will play like a very less run rate guys, having a Surya Kumar Yadav, Hardik Pandya into the squad, not playing like up to the mark. It's something really astonishing for me. I'm still yet to figure it out. Those players are the ones who made us win the World Cup in those two periods only, and in those two seasons only. We are not getting best out of them in the middle overs of the any of the season. Last time also we went to eliminated qualifier. Rohit comes out. I think Rohit posted 81 or 78, 74. There were 350. But to put that aside, 7 to 16 in a batting is a concern. RCB concern is 7 to 16 bowling. You equate that with Mumbai Indians, 7 to 16 is a batting problem.
That's
So
See,
okay.
the problem,
that is
the issue is
something.
that 24 में they were 10th and 25 में they were 4th, right? So I think, and even 23 they were 4th, or so. My point is very simple, that this is the season where Mumbai has to come what may be in the final. If not
True.
win, they have to be in the final, yeah. Because it's long, long, long due for them to be there.
So they are
Very
winning
true.
this time. There's absolutely no doubt about it. How? That is
And
the question.
now my question to Varun, because Varun तब से बहुत शांत है. So Varun, what do you think exactly? तुम्हारा गट क्या कहता है? तुम तो आरसीबी के फैन हो, इतना तो मुझे पता है बहुत अच्छे से. बट एमआई के संदर्भ में तुम्हारा क्या कहना है? स्पेशली चलो हम लोग स्क्वाड अंटिल मैं स्क्वाड को ऐड करता हूँ. तुम तब तक ये बताओ कि what exactly you think, what your gut says at this moment?
मुंबई इंडियंस को मैं बिल्कुल क्वालिफाई होते हुए देख रहा हूँ टॉप 4 में। और पिछले साल का जो इनका खराब प्रदर्शन था उसको मैं मतलब खिलाड़ियों के क्षमता से ना जोड़ते हुए जो टीम में लीडरशिप को लेके बदलाव हुए थे, मैनेजमेंट का जो एक ट्रस्ट नहीं था, रोहित शर्मा जैसे खिलाड़ी को उनको
सेम
लगातार
क्वेश्चन
इम्पैक्ट
मंजू भाई,
प्लेयर।
सेम क्वेश्चन मंजू भाई का भी आया है. हाउ टू मैनेज दिस काइंड ऑफ ड्रेसिंग रूम, so much success and legends all around, what do the youngsters do in this lineup?
हाँ, तो यही कारण रहा था पिछले साल, और शायद जो उसके लिए समय भी बीत चुका है। एक पिछला सीजन नया सीजन है, तो रोहित शर्मा भी अलग तरीके से चीजों को लेंगे। और हमने सुना भी था अभी कि इस साल वो लोग इम्पैक्ट प्लेयर के रूप में उनको यूज नहीं करेंगे, और फील्डिंग करते हुए भी वो दिखेंगे लगातार। तो ये सब एक बढ़िया इन्वायरमेंट होना जरूरी होता है ड्रेसिंग रूम का, जैसे कि हम लोग सुनते आ रहे हैं। और जब टीम के पास बुमराह हो, बुमराह फैक्टर एक बहुत बड़ा फैक्टर है, जो क्योंकि वो लगातार इतना अच्छा करते हैं, हम लोग को उम्मीद ही रहता है, तो उनके बारे में भी हम लोग थोड़ा कम बात करने लगे हैं। लेकिन बुमराह अकेले मैच का रुख बदल सकते हैं। हार्दिक पांड्या खिलाड़ी हमारे जो जीते हैं उस टीम के सदस्य हैं, साथ ही उपविजेता रही न्यूजीलैंड टीम के कप्तान भी इस टीम के साथ जुड़े हुए हैं। तो काफी बढ़िया। और जो पावर प्ले की बॉलिंग है उसमें मैं समझता हूँ विल जैक्स, देखिए विल जैक्स का बॉलिंग भी ठीक ठाक रहा है, और जिस तरीके का उनका प्रदर्शन वर्ल्ड कप में रहा है वो तो अगर देखा जाता है तो प्लेयर ऑफ द टूर्नामेंट होने चाहिए थे, लेकिन इंग्लैंड की टीम बाहर हो गई, इस वजह से उनको मिला नहीं। तो और अल्लाह गजनफर भी एक ऐसे खिलाड़ी हैं जो पावर प्ले में भी बॉलिंग कर सकते हैं। अभी देखना होगा उन पे कितना भरोसा ये लोग जता पाते हैं, लेकिन अल्लाह गजनफर एक बड़ा प्लेयर हो सकता है। हमने नूर अहमद को, राशिद खान को जिस तरीके से मैच बढ़िया करते हुए आईपीएल में देखा है, मैच जिताते हुए, और उसी प्रकार के खिलाड़ी बनने की क्षमता अल्लाह के जनफर में है। और तो पावर प्ले में ये लोग बॉलिंग निकाल के दे देंगे, और ये जरूरी था मुंबई इंडियंस के लिए कि पावर प्ले उनका सही जाए बुमराह के बिना, क्योंकि बुमराह का बाकी मैच में ये लोग बेहतर यूज कर पाए। और इस साल वो लोग ये करने का टीम बना चुके हैं बढ़िया, और बाकी पूरी टीम इतनी शानदार है। बस थोड़ा सा जो इनका सही से ये लोग ड्रेसिंग रूम को और बाकी सारी चीजों को एक तरीके से सही कर ले तो क्वालिफाई तो कर रहे हैं, और बाकी आगे कैसे कर पाते हैं ये तो देखना पड़ेगा IPL।
लेकिन वरुण, जब आप यहाँ आए ही हैं तो आप जरा ये बताइए कि ये जो दिनेश मालेवार है, जिनके बारे में आपने अभी तक कुछ ज्यादा बताया नहीं है, मयंक रावत है, बाबा के बारे में हर कोई जानता है, बिकॉज जो भी हो पीपल नो अबाउट हिम वेरी वेल, बट व्हाट डू यू थिंक एग्जैक्टली हाउ रघु शर्मा, अश्विनी कुमार, रॉबिन मिन्स और दानिश मालेबार और मयंक रावत, ये जो 4-5 नाम मैंने लिया अभी, आप इनको कहाँ देखते हो इस आईपीएल सेटअप में? एमआई जैसे टीम में will they be the regular, or they might get one or two opportunity or perhaps not?
हाँ, एक दो मौका ही मिल जाए तो बहुत होगा, क्योंकि एक ऐसी टीम है जिसकी प्लेइंग 11 पूरा फिक्स है। हम लोग यहाँ पे डिसाइड कर सकते हैं, एक आध नाम में दिक्कत होगा, लेकिन हम पूरा समझ सकते हैं कि रोहित शर्मा खेलेंगे, तिलक वर्मा, क्विंटन डी कॉक, हार्दिक पांड्या, ये सब खेलेंगे, तो जगह बनाना यहाँ पे मुश्किल है। लेकिन दो खिलाड़ी, मैं इस पूरे आईपीएल से दो खिलाड़ी ऐसा समझता हूँ जो आगे चल के जिनका बहुत अच्छा करियर हो सकता है ऑल फॉर्मेट प्लेयर के रूप में। क्योंकि अभी T20 के खिलाड़ी तो बहुत सारे आते ही जा रहे हैं। हमने वैभव सूर्यवंशी के अलावा प्रियांश आर्या, तमाम ऐसे खिलाड़ी देखे जो काफी तेज खेल रहे हैं। अभी कार्तिक शर्मा एक ऐसा खिलाड़ी आ रहा है, मुकुल चौधरी, ये सारे हिटर्स आ रहे हैं, लेकिन एक ऐसा खिलाड़ी जिसमें तीनों फॉर्मेट खेलने की क्षमता है बैटिंग के हिसाब से, वो दो खिलाड़ी हैं। एक तो अमन राव है जो राजस्थान रॉयल्स में है, और एक इनमें खिलाड़ी जो दानिश मलेवर हैं। ये तीनों फॉर्मेट खेल सकते हैं और तीनों फॉर्मेट बढ़िया कर सकते हैं। ये 2023 में जब 22 का कूच बिहार ट्रॉफी था, तभी वहां दानिश मलेवर बिहार के अगेंस्ट 300 रन किए थे, और एक और साउथ इंडिया की टीम थी, वहां 299 रन किए थे हैदराबाद या कर्नाटक के अगेंस्ट। तो अंडर 19 अंडर 23 से ही बहुत बहुत सारे रन करते हुए आ रहे हैं। और अभी तो सिर्फ फर्स्ट क्लास खेले हैं। फर्स्ट क्लास में एक दोहरा शतक भी इनका था दुलीप ट्रॉफी में, और 150 भी बनाए हैं, लंबा स्कोर करते हैं। तो इनका रहेगा इस साल क्या खेल पाएंगे उसमें मुझे थोड़ा सा डाउट है। एक आध मौका जरूर मिल सकता है, क्योंकि हम लोग देखते हैं मुंबई इंडियंस बीच में कुछ बदलाव करती है और अपनी यंग खिलाड़ियों को मौका देती है। ये मोहम्मद इजहार का है जो अभी सौरभ ऐसर की है, तो इनका यही था। ये अभी 2-3 मैचेस खेले थे तभी, ये जब मैंने ट्वीट किया था। तो इससे हम लोग थोड़ा सा आइडिया लगा सकते हैं इनके क्षमता के बारे में, कि इनमें एक फास्ट बॉलर के पास जो हम लोग देखते हैं क्या होना चाहिए, तो वो सारी चीजें इनमें है। इनका पेस बढ़िया है, तो स्पीडोमीटर के अलावा भी ये तेज है, और इनके पास हाइट है,
बट
एक लेफ्ट आर्मर है। ये सब
वरुण जी, मेरा ये पूछना है, लेफ्ट आर्मर अगर देखने जाओ, अगर जिस तरह का स्क्वाड है, हाउ डू यू थिंक अश्विनी कुमार के सामने इन सबको चांस मिलेगा?
हाँ, वही इसीलिए मुश्किल होगा इनके लिए। तो अभी तो टीम में आ गए हैं, वही बड़ी बात है, क्योंकि अभी ये डोमेस्टिक के भी ऐसा स्थापित खिलाड़ी है नहीं। वहां सिर्फ कुछ मैचेस खेले हैं, और उसमें भी केवल T20 ही खेले हैं, फर्स्ट क्लास और लिस्टें खेले नहीं है। तो ये इसमें मुंबई की जो स्काउटिंग है उसकी तारीफ करनी होगी, कि 5-6 T20 के
बिल्कुल।
मैचेस खेले हुए
यस
खिलाड़ी
यस,
को वो लोग
बढ़िया।
दिलाए।
उसमें दे आर ऑलवेज अप गेम, देयर गेम इज ऑलवेज अप टू बिल्ड अप द स्काउट्स। सो अगर अभी हम अगर देखने भी जाए, इफ यू लुक, अगर ये सारे 30s वाले, इफ आफ्टर 1 or 2 years if none of the players are there in the squad, their team will be still better out of the scouts they do have it. They have left arm, they have a Mayak Markande in the form of spin attack. Allah Gaznar is a spin attack. I think Raj Baba is the one with a good bowler. Those are having a very good scouts. Only thing is that मुझे जो अभी vulnerable part जो लग रहा है scouts में भी is the top batters conditions. जो top 5 में एक player आना चाहिए ना, अभी आप देखने जाओ कि पहले तिलक थे, सौरभ तिवारी थे, वो under the making थे prior to that one. And you see Tilak Verma has become a very great player right now. He
Even the
can come
Saurabh
to the
Tiwari
one
did a
down
very good
and
job.
two down also.
Even
And
Saurabh Tiwari
Saurabh
did a good
Tiwari
job and
after
played for
leaving,
India.
yes. My point is, after Tilak Verma, the next in the lineup is Namandir. And then what? The way
नेहल
you have
वधेरा
a
अच्छा
fast,
प्लेयर था, नेहल वधेरा बहुत अच्छा प्लेयर
वो
था,
चला
लेकिन
गया
ऑफकोर्स ही गॉट ट्रेडेड टू पंजाब। बहुत बढ़िया प्लेयर था।
पंजाब बहुत बढ़िया
Even
प्लेयर था।
even
Those
Ramandeep played well,
Ramandeep
but he
Singh,
went to KKR. He went to KKR, right?
yes. My point is, after Tilak Verma and Namandir, तो अभी इनका स्ट्रेंथ है टॉप 5 वाला। Tomorrow if Surya, Rohit, Hardik, all of them are not playing 2 years, 3 years
Nikunj,
back.
I agree to what your point is, क्योंकि what happens with Mumbai is they have so many stars, तो आपके पास जो domestic talent है, they might be able to scout, but the domestic talent does not perform or does not get so many chances to perform well. They
But
will
this is the
always be
IPL
overshadowed.
tournament where you get it.
Exactly,
You
they will
see
always
Tilak,
be
how
overshadowed.
Tilak become a player. How Tilak become a player. Mumbai Scouts getting a chance only. So मेरा point ये है कि जिस तरह का scouts build-up उनका है, I don't know why they are not looking for a better or all-rounder the way they started in 2015-16 and found Krunal Pandya, Hardik Pandya
Hardik Pandya.
out of that.
Yeah.
So they found it in 2016. They traded in 20 lakh. In fact, Krunal was taken in 2 crore in 2016. 10 times of his brother price. And now you see the difference, how Hardik has turned out to be in 10 years. So that's my point. My only two takeaways out of what Varun was telling, in my opinion, Ashwini Kumar is the one who can get a chance in the top 11, and that too as an impact player. Rest all has to sit back and watch it. All the senior player has to play, and they have to play in in the nets only to groom themselves. That's
Who
my
will be your
opinion.
top? Who will be your four? वरुण आपके चार फॉरेन प्लेयर्स कौन रहेंगे?
मैं देखिए क्विंटन डिकॉक तो ओपन करते हुए दिखेंगे तो क्विंटन डिकॉक को एक मैं रखूंगा और उसके बाद विल जैक्स दूसरे हो जाएंगे।
Okay.
तीसरा तीसरा मैं तो सरफेन रदरफोर्ड या सैंटन में से कोई एक रखूंगा और चौथा
Okay.
अल्लाह के जनफर मैं रखूंगा क्योंकि अल्लाह के जनफर को मैं खेलते हुए थोड़ा सा दिखना चाह रहा हूँ।
तो आप ट्रेंड
Then you are
बोल्ट नहीं
dropping
खेलेंगे?
Trent Bolt.
आप
ट्रेंड
ट्रेंड
बॉल्ट
बोल्ट
को
नहीं
ड्रॉप कर
खेलेंगे?
रहे हो?
Wow.
हाँ
Wow.
That's a big call.
Wow.
तो मैं
Nikunj,
No, for
how
me,
about you?
so for me fixed. Quinton de Kock. I'm playing Will Jacks, Santner, and Trent Boult. When Will
Okay.
Jacks is not playing, if you want to go ahead with a good all-rounder pacer, you replace Jacks with the Rutherford. Otherwise,
Rutherford.
don't touch other three. Don't touch
Abhinav?
other three. The reason, okay,
Abhin, okay,
one reason
Abhinav,
I want to put it is, Abhinav, before you go, one reason I
Uh,
want to
sure.
put it to the Apoorva, what he pointed out in the start of this video, that the vulnerable part of 7 to 16, if you don't have to drop Santner. Santner is a key player in that 7 to 16 when Hardik does not play. So that's why I don't want to drop Santner in any of the matches, all of the 16. The trade-off will always be between Rutherford and the Will Jacks.
Abhinav,
How about you, Abhinav?
For me, my four overseas simple. Queenie, one of Will Jacks or Sachin Rutherford, Mitch Santner and Trent.
So you're playing QDC, right?
Yes, QDK starts for me. That is
I'm sure you don't
him,
want him to
Santner
start
and
the kicking and in the 11.
him, Queenie, Santner and Bolt are my three automatic starters in overseas starters in this side.
Okay. So you're going to play between either Will Jacks or Sharfin
It
Rutherford.
depends. It's a condition specific. I'll probably lean more towards Jax because Jax offers a proper spin bowling option at this stage. I think he's the sort of a guy who's nailed to who can bowl four overs well without breaking a sweat at this
So
time.
I'll go with QDK and Trent Bolt for sure. I'll play Mitchell Santner as number 3, and number 4 will be for me Will Jacks. And in case I need to go a little more heavy on the batting, then at that point of time I'll unfortunately have to drop Will Jacks for Sharfin Rutherford. But for me, the 3 starters will surely be Quinton de Kock, Trent Bolt, and Mitchell Santner. Santner for the pure reason that I want to control the bowling, and because Bumrah from one side and Santner from the other side, it is surely a game which you should not lose at that point of time. Then. Those 4 overs become very crucial.
Yes.
2 and 2,
Santner,
essentially.
yes. Because Santner is probably in world cricket, I think you don't get a better defensive left arm spinner than him.
Oh yeah, totally.
You don't
Very
get
smart one. Very smart bowler.
he knows how to use the width of his crease. He knows
Yes,
he
sir.
knows just what pace he needs to vary his deliveries at, and he's very precise with his lines. He doesn't overdo things, and that I think for a left-arm spinner is the most critical. That you don't overdo in the format. You don't try and overdo with variations. I think sometimes with the Santner, simple, straight, effective,
Absolutely.
limited number of variations, but being very, very economic, tight with his lines and his length. I think that works. That is his reason for success. And I think as a batter in the last 12 months, he has just come of age like how. I think the way he's been striking the ball, especially, and I mean, the fact that he backed himself to back at number 7 for New Zealand in the T20 World Cup, and even before that, I mean, ahead of somebody like Jimmy Neesham, I think that speaks that he has finally started to trust himself more as a batter, and that is a very very big thing. That if Santner is able to hit the way he is, I mean, I wouldn't put it past Javardhane to use him as a floater to maybe just disrupt. To disrupt a matchup in the middle overs as a batter.
See,
And that
my
can be,
only
and that
re-
can
my
be
only
all,
re-
that can be all RHB heavy team.
my only
That can
reason
be
of
against.
debating between Shervin Rutherford and Will Jacks is pretty much the reason that Will Jacks is a bowler who will also bat, or a batsman who can bowl. But because his bowling is
He's
so
become a
effective now,
he's become
his
a proper all-rounder in a way.
his bowling has been so effective.
And in T20, of course, he's a very good all-rounder. The good part is that he can open the ball, he can ball in the middle. First, he can bat also number 3,
Yeah.
2, 7, 8, anywhere you need, and he knows how to play and hit sixes. Boundaries are
सौरभ
not
आपके
that
चार
great.
कौन है? आपके चार
मेरे
ओवरसीज
चार,
प्लेयर्स?
मैं तो इसको डक मार रहा था भाई दफे, बिकॉज द बिगेस्ट प्रॉब्लम व्हाट्स हैपनिंग हियर ना, देखो मैं क्यूडीके के साथ जाना चाहूंगा बिकॉज उसका फॉर्म काफी अच्छा चल रहा है. देन सेम कंडीशन मुझे ना वो क्यूडीके एंड रैन रिकल्टन के साथ है ऐसा, क्योंकि रिकल्टन ने काफी अच्छा खेला था लास्ट ईयर. तब मुझे ये थोड़ा क्यूडीके एंड रेल रिकल्टन से किसी एक को करवा लो. मैं रॉबिन विंस से कीपिंग तो नहीं करवाऊंगा, तो इन दोनों में से कोई एक बैट्समैन ओपन करेगा और कीपिंग करेगा. अब मेरा थोड़ा डिफरेंट है. आई माइट गो अहेड विथ मिच सैंटनर, कॉर्बिन बॉश एज वेल एज क्वाइट ऑब्वियस बोल्ट. ये 4 मेरे रहेंगे, क्योंकि
So you're dropping both Santner, both Jackson Rutherford are dropped. Instead, you're going.
हाँ, इसके पीछे मेरी रीजनिंग क्या है. कॉर्बिन बॉश जितना अच्छा बॉलर है, T20 में उसके काफी अच्छे रिकॉर्ड्स हैं, but with that record you can see one more thing, he can bat also. He is not like layman
फिनिशिंग
with
बहुत
the
बढ़िया
bat,
करता है. या
and his
फिनिशिंग बहुत बढ़िया.
fielding is brilliant. He can take the
Fielding is
catches
very-
which can change the scenario. And the very good part with the Corbin Bosch na, what I saw in him is the light in his eyes when he plays. Matlab, he has that passion to play. He wants to give his 100%. So I would like to go ahead with the person who can be handy with the bat and ball together, rather than to a person who can be a bit with the bat, bit with the ball. Rutherford and the Bill Jacks. चल गए तो अच्छा है, नहीं चले तो again there is a problem. And because IPL's overall bowling, you whomsoever is playing for whomsoever country, you will find out that Rutherford का सबको पता चल चुका है, he's a leg heavy batsman. So कहाँ ball करना है? At this moment, everybody knows. With Bill Jacks, we know exactly his one of the biggest problem is the spinning, and everybody is having very good spinner in their team, apart from 1 or 2 team, but most of them are having quality spinners from the world cricket. Now, question is that who is the person who can give you your 2 to 3 minimum overs, plus if given an opportunity, he can go up to 8 ball 20. This is the 2 criteria only I am taking to the consider, because this MI team is Indian heavy team, and they have, starting with, the first one is Rohit Sharma, second one is Tilak Verma, third one is your Surya Kumar Yadav, then you have Bumrah. So your batting to bowling department you can find out, and Hardik को तो खैर भूल ही जाओ, मतलब वो तो कैप्टन है. ये 5 आपके कोर हैं जो इंडियन हैं. कितनों के पास ऐसा है कि they have the 5 core players, and the 5 not core only. I am 100% sure this particular time, if MI wants to win this cup, they need to rely that they will not lose more than 4 or 5 wickets most of the time. In that sense, if you are playing Will Jacks at number 7, he might not able to give you your 4 complete overs. Hence, I am playing with the Bosch, who exactly did amazingly in the SA20 and the World Cup with his batting and with his bowling, because if given an opportunity, he is a hard-hitting sixer hitter. And we saw exactly what he has done in India, against India with Johnson, when exactly they lost the T20. Doesn't matter, but he has that hitting ability. And at the end, you have to hit sixes. For example, 8 ball 20. Who has the capability? Jack is having the quality, and the Bosses also can hit 8 ball 20. Rutherford also can hit 8 for 20. But out of these 3, who can give you 3 bowling, 3 ball overs?
The thing is, if you're talking about the 8 ball 20 role, I think Jax is actually the better suited player for that. Jax will give you 8 ball 20 any day.
Bowler.
As a bowler, you don't need very different roles. I think Corbin Bosch is he's more of a middle overs enforcer. maybe one or two, or maybe an over in a deck. And with Will Jacks, he is good enough to. You can use him either as a power play matchup disruptor, as a off spinner, or maybe slip in 3 overs in the middle. Very
I
different roles, very
Abhinav,
different type of players.
Abhinav, you said in a different way. That's correct. But what I ask is a very different thing. What I ask your certain 8 to 20. These three guys, okay. Fielding, these three guys are
Certain
okay.
is actually
If
a
the
Will Jack.
bowling is there, if
Corbin
your
Bosch
bowling
as
is
a
not, if your
batter,
bowling,
I think
come on. If you're saying, if
batter
you're talking
Corbin
of the,
Bosch.
if you're talking of the bowling, 3 overs only come with a certain Corbin Bosch than all these guys. And the good part is that Corbin Bosch can hit 145 on a regular basis, and pace actually comes very handy. Off spinners, you can see his record, Will Jack's record in any of the formats. He might take wickets, but his run per over, he aram se get 2 3 sixes. Aram se get 2 3 sixes when they have already so many players in the back. You're completely number 6 7 तक तो पैक है तेरे पास. मिस शैंटनर को ले देके अब तेरे पास बचा ऐसे इंसान जो बॉलिंग जो later on the 7th, you should have a player who can ball a bit, not a bit, ball heavy. Plus, batting they can do much better. In that sense, in my point of view, Bosch is good. But again, yes, given an opportunity and situation, if you're playing in Ekana where the spin friendly, you can play with the Jacks. Play in Chennai, play with Jacks. Delhi might also a little bit spin, but again, it's a small ground. RCB, Bangalore, small ground, go with Corbin Bosch. So it's only I meant to say that they have so many players, and that was my point of view and my reasoning.
They will be spoiled for choice, as you are saying,
Yeah, very much.
Because they were Mitchell Santner, right?
Yeah,
And a Will
very
Jacks also. तो आप उन दोनों में से एक को खिलाइए और उसके बदले आप एक कॉर्बिन बॉश को भी ला सकते हो. And when you want to go spin heavy, then you play both of them instead of Corbin Bosch.
I
Very
think
Because the three of them.
मैं सिर्फ एक ही फैक्ट रखना चाहता हूँ. एक फैक्ट रखना चाहता हूँ.
Nikunj, one sec. Because the three of them, which is Mitchell Santner, Will Jacks, and Corbin Bosch, qualify as all-rounders. Sharfin Rutherford does not qualify as an all-rounder.
True. 100%.
Sorry,
He's a batting heavy.
मैं जो लास्ट टाइम का जो वानखेड़े का मैच था एल क्लासिको, जो 178 रन्स जो चेस डाउन किया था 177 इन 15 और 16 ओवर्स, उसमें जो चेन्नई सुपर किंग ने 178 किए थे, उसमें विल जैक्स और सेंटनर के दोनों के मिला के 4 ओवर में 18 रन थे.
Wow.
The most economical one. That's why they restricted them below 191.
Nikunj, you are correct. But when you are talking about overall, I'm not saying, but I'm saying exactly where you can play with a given opportunity. For example, matchup करो ना भाई, lefty का ज़्यादा है matchup करो. Matchup is a different thing. And as Apoorva says very correctly that they will spoil. Even you also said the same thing. They will spoil over the players. Like they know exactly. मेरा concern है कि they should pick the right team. And what I know about Mumbai Indians, CSK, these two teams are such a way. If they see that this is their winning team or they are winning completely regularly, they will not change. They will not change. And at the end, winning matters.
Try to beat Corbin Bosch in case if Santner and Jacks perform in first 4 matches.
So one thing which we might have to realize is that the Indian team is super heavy from Mumbai Indians perspective. The foreigners are not as super heavy.
That's true. Very true.
Even Bolt
को भी हमने बहुत दिनों से देखा नहीं है बॉलिंग करते हुए. अचानक से आके 4 ओवर करना बहुत.
See, these are underrated players. They are not superstars, right?
Very true.
But then Apoorva ji.
आपका नंबर 6 आप लोग का कौन रहेगा?
Number 6 Namandir.
Yeah.
Namandir Will Jacks.
I think
मैं सिर्फ एक पॉइंट सौरभ जी को मैं जो बताना चाहूंगा, and I want to compliment him what he brought out that you should change your team with respect to the conditions. मुझे कंडीशन में सिर्फ एक ही पॉइंट रखना है. सब मींस I want to get an opinion of what I am going to say is even the Manjunath, what he is listening from outside, is that if you want to go with a Corbin Bosch with respect to conditions, and at that places like Chennai or Ikana, if you are going spin heavy, then replace Santner with the Mayank Markande, who is a very good spinner bowler, and instead of Ashwini Kumar, bring Corbin Bosch. That balances out with the all-rounder that you need also, and you try out your scouts. Good SLO, I think he's SLO. He's a good spinner who is sitting
हो
outside.
हो Who is
RWS
the
फिंगर स्पिनर है, SLO है. मयंक मार्कंडे
leg
Right
spinner?
hand,
spinner है,
right hand and
Leg
leg
spinner, leg
spinner.
spinner.
RWS है ना, RWS है
Right
ना.
हाँ,
hand leg spinner. Yeah.
right hand
मैं वही
RLS
बता
है,
रहा हूँ.
RLS.
तो जब आप सेंटनर को चांस नहीं दे रहे हो, if you want to go
मैं
ahead
दे
with
रहा
a
हूँ ना.
Corbin Bosch with
Okay,
respect
I
to
have one. Okay, I have one question based on this, Nikunj. I have one question to you and to the rest of the folks also, right? Do you think trend ball is a certainty, irrespective of any of the conditions or any
yes,
of the combinations?
I
Trend ball is
think
a
yes,
I think
100%, right?
he is
no.
a certain.
I think no.
हाँ, I
Abhinav,
also
I think no.
think no.
Because if the match goes to maybe a Hyderabad, where I don't know how the pitch in Hyderabad will play this time, but if
पाटा
it goes
पाटा
to a place
पाटा
like Chennai,
पाटा भाई.
if it goes to a place like Chennai, I would not be surprised if Mumbai actually toss Gazanfar into the
So
mix.
instead of trend
Santner
ball,
plus
can't they use?
Gazanfar together. They'll put Santner plus Gazanfar in. Bolt goes out for Ashwini, so that at least you have that left arm angle, armor sated for in some way or the other, and you get two good quality, one genuinely high quality overseas spinner in defensive spinner in Santner. You
Exactly.
have a mystery spinner who can maybe split the game open up completely and bowl in the power play like Zazarfar. And you have the option of a Will Jacks who will give you maybe on a Chennai like
No, but
surface, he'll give you maybe three,
no,
four overs.
no, but Abhinav, my point is that instead, if you're leaving Trent Bolt out, then why don't you just get in Corbin Bosch straight away and you get the
So I
batting
think uh,
firepower
I
Yeah,
also?
think
my point
I
is
think that
that.
is the other
My point is
option
that.
they
See,
might do. If they see the first signs of Bolt's decline, I think they will go to Corbin Bosch. Otherwise, in a Chennai or on a spin or a spin friendly track, they will go in for Allah Ghazankar, and because Mumbai has punted big on him. Last year they bought him, he got injured, so they couldn't try him. But I think he's played for their MI Emirates team this time around. He's been in the MI ecosystem now for a bit. He's been playing some of the other leagues as well. I think Mumbai will punt on Gazan big time. I might not be surprised if Santner is the one who actually probably makes way. I might not be surprised if Santner is the one who makes way for Gazan,
One one
just
thing.
because they want to they want to split,
A
they
new
want to
point.
create that
A new
element
point.
of
So
mystery around.
it means one thing is proven here. What Apoorva really put a point that actually matters. The Indian setup of this Mumbai Indians is absolutely Indian heavy. They need to work out how their foreign parts will come to the scene, because at this moment MI Indians looks invincible, but when we are talking about ifs and buts, because it's a pre-game show, the biggest problem is that how their core, who are their, actually not that, who are their core foreign players whom they want to play, one or two. Out of four, two players should play all 16 games. Rest two might be changed as per the requirement. So question is that their foreign core is not that handy as it looks like. So when we comes to the scene, we talk about the Will Jacks play खेलेगा या रदरफोर्ड खेलेगा या फिर आप ले लो इसका क्या नाम है सैंटनर खेलेगा. प्रॉब्लम ये है कि इनकी जो टीम जैसे ना नवंदीप नंबर 5 नंबर 6 पे आ गए ब्ला ब्ला ब्ला. In that sense, they need to choose 4 players who are strong enough to sustain after 5 number 5 position. टॉप 5 तो देने वाला ही नहीं है कोई, ये तो भूल ही जाओ, अपार्ट फ्रॉम वन QDK might be. apart from the one
See,
of the QDQ or
आपने
Recruiting.
आपने T20 वर्ल्ड कप में भी देखा कि और एंड बिफोर दैट आल्सो इन द न्यूजीलैंड सीरीज जब तिलक वर्मा 3 पे आते थे ही वाज नॉट सक्सेसफुल राइट व्हेन ईशान एंड अभिषेक यूज्ड टू ओपन तिलक 3 पे आते थे सो तिलक इज नॉट अ 3 प्लेयर तिलक हैज टू कम 5 और 6 तो आप ओपन
That's what
करोगे फिर आप ओपन करेंगे फिर सूर्य कुमार आते हैं आप 4 पे किसी को लाओगे 4 पे तिलक को लाएंगे या हार्दिक को लाएंगे इज इट अगेन बेस्ड ऑन द नंबर ऑफ ओवर्स कहाँ पे पोजीशन है सो देयर इज अ लॉट व्हिच इज गोइंग ऑन दे हैव द प्लेयर्स बट दे विल हैव टू रियली pick and choose how to fix in where over there
very
because
true.
if you are actually thinking okay, you get in a Sherfan Rutherford if you play Sherfan Rutherford and if you get him at 5 down what is the point you don't want him to suddenly lose your wicket और आप 7 और 8 down हो जाते हो at 130 140 150 it doesn't make sense
Very true.
इस पे
और वैसा हमेशा नहीं होता.
इस पे मैं थोड़ा सा ध्यान दे रहा था वर्ल्ड कप में वो शायद ये इशू आईपीएल में ना है लेकिन अगर वहां पे हमने देखा कि अगर स्काई और तिलक वर्मा एक साथ खेल रहे हो मिडिल ओवर्स में तो काफी दिक्कत हो जा रहा था 2-3 मैच वो लोग खेले और दो तीनों पाकिस्तान के अगेंस्ट या जो हम लोग हारे वहां पे मैच फंस गया था क्योंकि स्पिनर के अगेंस्ट खासतौर पे लेफ्ट हैंड स्लो ऑर्थोडॉक्स स्पिनर अगर डालता है सूर्य कुमार यादव को तो वहां उनका स्ट्राइक रेट काफी स्लो होता है वो उनका एक एकदम मेजर वीकनेस है और वहां पे तिलक वर्मा भी दूसरे स्पिनर को उस तरीके से टेक ऑन नहीं कर पा रहे थे तो ये दो खिलाड़ी अगर 6 से 15 ओवर के बीच में खेलते हुए एक साथ आते थे तो थोड़ा सा दिक्कत हो सकता है तो यहाँ पे ये देखना पड़ेगा कि शायद दोनों की जोड़ी एक साथ खेलते हुए ना दिखे या फिर आईपीएल में चीजें थोड़ी सी अलग होती है वहां पे
और एक बात और मैं एक चीज ऐड करना चाहूंगा उसके बाद मंजुनाथ ने जो पूछा है कि who will come in as Indian players balancing the squad. तो मेरे ख्याल से क्वेश्चन है कि कौन सा इंडियन प्लेयर होगा जो बैलेंस करता है स्क्वाड को बट एक बहुत अच्छी बात तुमने बोला कि वर्ल्ड कप में ऐसा हुआ था आईपीएल में शायद ना हो इसके पीछे एक और रीजन है कि आईपीएल में ना फ्रेंचाइज का टेंशन होता है रादर देन द टीम के प्लेयर्स का टीम के जो 150 मिलियन पीपल हैं 1.5 बिलियन पीपल वो एक साथ मिलके बैठ के देख रहे हैं आप यहाँ आपका फ्रेंचाइज बेस्ड है तो आपके पास थोड़ा टेंशन कम होता है और जो रिकॉर्ड कहता है अपूर्वा आप देखेंगे तो the biggest thing it is आईपीएल में तिलक वर्मा का अगर नाम आया है मुंबई इंडियंस के लिए तो वो नंबर 3 पे खेल के ही आया है
नहीं यार
नंबर 3
नहीं यार वो फिनिशर के रूप में भी आए थे 5-6 पे काफी अच्छा खेला उन्होंने
नहीं
आई डोंट नो अबाउट लास्ट सीजन
खेला है बट जनरली कम्स टू नंबर 3 नंबर 4
लास्ट सीजन में 3 और 4 लास्ट ईयर तो 3 पे सूर्य कुमार आए थे 717 रन्स उन्होंने बनाए हैं यार so I don't think last season Tilak would have played a 3 or 4 in my humble opinion I think Tilak is a lovely player who comes in after over 10 because he knows that he has limited overs to play he does not need to control और उसको पता है कि भाई wickets है he does not need to come in and control the innings in my opinion
true
in a way mirrors a larger problem of Indian cricket, which is our batters not being able to play.
Do you think so?
It's as simple as that.
Guys, we think that
mirrors a larger problem of Indian cricket. Unfortunately,
We are not talking about Shardul Thakur now. No longer.
Shardul is it's either him or Deepak Chahar, one of those two, or there is a chance that neither of them start and Mumbai instead go in with Ashwini.
No, Deepak Chahar and Ashwini, they are going ahead. Like went ahead with the last season.
I think Deepak there's a chance that Deepak just doesn't start. Trent is going to start. If Deepak somehow his body has held up, then only I think it makes sense for Deepak to go. Otherwise, I think they might look at Shardul, but Shardul actually might be better in power play than him bowling anywhere towards the middle or the end overs. I think the sooner you get done with Shardul, the better it is.
See, Deepak Chahar, if Deepak Chahar is more like he's a seam swing bowler, right? तो वो Trent ball लाने ही वाले हैं. तो Shardul probably gets in that batting element too as an all-rounder. Probably you want to use him in that format, you know.
I
चलो
think
Then
एक
again,
काम
I think Shardul's
then
batting,
again Shardul Thakur.
Shardul,
Then
Mhm.
चलो एक काम
Shardul the
करते हैं
batter,
again
I think
Shardul Thakur.
Shardul the batter and Deepak Chahar the batter are, my opinion is that Shardul and Deepak as batters are equal, which means to say they can bat only as high as 8 and as low as 9.
तो एक काम करते हैं,
That is it.
एक ये बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन आया है मंजूनाथ साहब का कि पैनल्स ओपिनियन अबाउट द एंकर्स इन T20 फॉर्मेट इन 2026. आई वांट एवरीबॉडीज आंसर.
Anchors
My
like Babar
answer is
Azam
that
are terrorists. Anchors like Babar Azam are terrorists. Anchors, if your anchor is a Surya Kumar Yadav / Harry Brook, that is acceptable.
तो नो
Babar
नो
Azam
that's right.
type
अरे नहीं नहीं
anchors
नहीं
are
नहीं
the
भाई भाई
format.
भाई
आईपीएल में नहीं है वो।
anchor doesn't mean 10 ball 8 or 10 ball 12. Anchor means Sanju Samson also played the anchor's role. I'm sorry, but again 97 वाले innings में he
But
played
the thing is,
he played the
anchors
anchor's role.
cannot have pure anchors. Pure
तो
anchors in this format are terrorism.
तो हाँ that
If you
should be
have
the
to have anchors, dynamic होने जरूरी है.
that should be
Have
the
to have the
answer.
gear
In
to
all
flip.
What
in
others
all
think
the
about it? अभिनव
on
के
all
हिसाब
the
से anchor
probable
का role
scenario,
नहीं है. What about you?
in all the probable scenario, the anchor role, even if you talk about the recent Sanju Samson score, his score has come beyond 150 strike rate only. So the anchor role dynamics has all changed over the period of a
Yeah.
time. It has
Yeah.
to come up with a good ground shots, anchoring, but maintaining a strike rate of beyond 150. Because when your demand is so high in terms of scoring the runs or getting the score, high score at the horizon, you see when Sanju was playing in front of him, the score was actually to beat 195 and 190 and go above 200 when we were batting first. In both the scenario, he played beyond the strike rate of 150, which was not the case before 10 years or the 8 years back. The dynamics has changed as far as the anchoring is concerned. Even if you are anchoring, you have to go full gun place, but that gun place has to come up with a cricketing ground shots that very few players has it.
We were
So
discussing on this on a tweet. We were just discussing this on a tweet since yesterday. The anchor or number three player, unka strike rate was less than 120 10 years back.
yes,
Now it is more than 140, 150. So you're right, Nicholas.
yeah.
You have to have that 140, 150 to anchor. You cannot
Even
anchor at
Apoorva
120.
The Sanju Samson inning, if you see, in all of the mind cricket that they played,
180,
they have
190 पे खेला है यार वो बंदा.
they have to get two boundaries in an over at any point of a time. Once two boundary comes, then you keep on rotating the strike with the ground shot. One loose ball, you capitalize that and change your strike rate to 200 in that over. That's the role of an anchor. That's the definition of an anchor has changed in this recent time. So even if you are playing 7 to 16 overs as an anchor player, if you are defending, if you are chasing a very big total, you have to go beyond 150 strike rates. If you are playing first, you have to go between 180 to 200 strike rate. That's the definition of anchor in my terms,
True.
in my opinion, in this era.
Agree.
हाँ, इनका रूल पे अभी मुझे लगता है कि क्योंकि ये आईपीएल है और आईपीएल में इम्पैक्ट प्लेयर आ गया है तो बैटिंग का भी डीप हो गई है तो यहाँ पे आप तेजी से 30 रन बनाइए और आउट होके जाइए ज्यादा लंबा इनिंग मतलब कैचअप गेम खेलने का यहाँ जरूरत नहीं है कि आप कुछ तो 20 पे 25 बनाए खेल रहे हैं और बाद में आप 4 छक्के लगा देंगे उसकी कोई जरूरत नहीं क्योंकि बैटिंग बहुत डीप है तो यहाँ तेजी से 30-32 रन बनाने वाले खिलाड़ियों की जरूरत है अब यही अप्रोच होनी चाहिए खासतौर पे मुंबई इंडियंस इनकी बैटिंग और भी ज्यादा डीप है तो यहाँ पे तो एकदम जरूरत नहीं है और थोड़ा सा यहाँ पे मतलब मयंक मारकंडे और अलग जंफर वाला जो पॉइंट था अभिनव सर का उस पे तो मैं पूरी तरीके से सहमत हूँ मतलब वही एकदम मैं सोच रहा था कि वैसा हो सकता है लेकिन शार्दुल ठाकुर का बैटिंग थोड़ा सा मैं हाईली रेट करूंगा हो सकता है वो 10 बॉल पे 20 रन भी बनाते हुए किसी आईपीएल में दिखे और 8 नंबर पे उनको बैटिंग के लिए मैं रखना चाहूंगा
बट वरुण मैं सिर्फ एक ही पॉइंट इधर रखना चाहूंगा इफ यू आर चेजिंग अ गुड टोटल ऑफ 200 220 30-32 रन लेके आप नहीं जा सकते प्रेशर विल कम you will lose and you will restrict yourself to 170 180 if you are chasing 200 200 plus एंकरिंग के रोल में आपको 70-80 रन के लिए एक बंदा चाहिए जो 150 के ऊपर की स्ट्राइक रेट खेलता है, तो ही आप वो मैच टर्न कर पाओ। कोई भी 200
हाँ
स्कोर सीजन वाला भी चेस
हाँ
करेगा।
वो
I
रहेगा,
agree.
लेकिन अगर अगर कोई कैचअप गेम खेल रहा है कि 20 बॉल पे अगर वो 25 पे खेल रहा है तो रिटायर आउट उसी समय हो के जा सकता है।
हाँ,
ऐसा हम लोग रिस्क ले सकते हैं, आगे आगे खिलाड़ी हो सकता
ऑलरेडी
है वो
हैश
रन
इसके
बनाए।
ऊपर हैश ने वो
retire
ट्वीट कर दिया
retirement
है।
has to be used positively यार. I mean उसके साथ there's a stigma attached with this term retire out. I think that stigma needs to go. I mean for teams they should use it proactively यार. If your player is getting stuck on the crease, अगर वो रन नहीं बना पा रहा है, bloody hell, retire them out, yeah. I mean, sometimes you have to take it on the chin and say that screw it, yeah. If the player is not able to make this, if he's not able to progress his scoreboard further, क्या risk लेना है यार? I mean, and we saw that in that GT game last year in Ahmedabad. I think in the GT या फिर LSG वाला game, Tilak just completely got stuck and he could not move the strike forward, and that is where they had to retire him out. So retiring out needs to be done, and like I rightly agree with Varun bhai, the catching up wala game, I don't think it needs to exist in T20 cricket anymore. If you're in the way the format has just skyrocketed forward, that catch up wala game I don't think has a place in T20 cricket any longer. If you're in this format, I think you need to start hitting from ball one or not hitting. At least you need to be able to find the gaps that at least you're able to get a couple of runs every ball. So that
Yeah,
even if
but
you're on,
but
if you
that can
play
happen.
10 balls, but you're on 20 runs, even if you've not scored, even if you've had just one boundary.
But that can be possible, and that risk can be taken only if your team has scored in 15 overs beyond 150 runs. But if your player is
I
playing
think
good and
mindset,
your team has
वो फिर
scored
mindset आपको
120,
लेके, हाँ, I think mindset आज के फॉर्मेट में लेके चलना ही पड़ेगा by default. That by the 15th over you need to be at closer to a 10 run per over वाला equation, because the way our the format is done, I think by default तो रखना ही पड़ेगा हर बैट्समैन को.
yeah, if you
It
have scored
becomes
120 in 10
unnatural.
overs, if you have scored 120 in 10 overs or 12 overs, next 8 overs becomes a crucial who has been a set better on the pitch.
देखो मुझे ये लगता है कहीं ना कहीं काफी ज्यादा वी आर पुटिंग एन एफर्ट ऑन पर्टिकुलर स्टफ जो एमआई के लिए प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. हमें ये सोचना चाहिए अभी कि एमआई के साथ सबसे बड़ा प्रॉब्लम ये आने वाला है शायद, जिस तरह से बुमराह शायद सीओई गए हैं, सेंटर ऑफ एक्सीलेंस, जो भी रीजन दिया जाए उसके पीछे, चाहे वो थोड़ा सा बस फॉर द टाइम बीइंग कि एक बार किसी एक्सपर्ट से मिलने आ जाए या कहीं से. सबसे बड़ा कंसर्न ये होगा क्या वो थोड़े से भी उनका निगल है या थोड़ा सा इश्यू है, क्योंकि अगर बुमराह किसी कारण से पूरा आईपीएल नहीं खेल पाए, उनके पास कितना ही बड़ा स्टार स्टडेड टीम रहे, उनको स्ट्रगल करना ही है.
बुमराह माइंडसेट है ना, बुमराह तो माइंडसेट है.
वेरी
No,
बुमराह का नाम
I think this is
सामने वाले
बुम में बम छुपा है.
मैं अपूर्वा जी सौरभ जी, मैं यहाँ सिर्फ एक पॉइंट रखना चाहूंगा. What you are speaking is
आप
absolutely
एक
correct.
पॉइंट करके 5 रख चुके हैं, आगे भी चलिए.
मेरा बट हर बात का एक पॉइंट है ना, तो ये बात का
अरे
मेरा ये
बिल्कुल
point है.
सरकार, बिल्कुल गो अहेड हु सेज नो, हु सेड नो.
इस सीजन में they have to work on how to come out of Bumrah for a long term thinking.
अरे भूल जाओ
But we saw it in the T20 World Cup also, right?
ये बेकार बात है सर.
We
ये
just saw in the T20 World Cup couple of weeks back. बुमराह आते पूरा चेंज हो जाता है यार. So fundamentally the name on that playing 11 makes a hell lot of a difference. आपको पता
But you're still not winning since last 5 years.
बुमराह ये वाली बात
that is another thing.
ये वाला बात कह के आप ऐसे बोल रहे हो जैसे मतलब बुमराह अगले 2 साल में रिटायर होने वाला है भाई देखो बूम अभी 3-4 साल है, वो उसके बियॉन्ड क्या। अब एक बात, एक सिंपल सा एग्जांपल है, मलिंगा गया, उसका रिप्लेसमेंट मिला क्या? नहीं मिला। कितने सारे बॉलर है जो मलिंगा की तरह बॉलिंग करने लगे, 7 करोड़ में बिक गए, 6 करोड़ में बिक गए, 8 करोड़ में बिक गए, उनको रिप्लेस कर पाया? नहीं कर पाया। अच्छा निखिल,
Agreed,
आपके
agreed.
पीछे से आवाज आ रही है, थोड़ा सा उसको देख लीजिए।
आईपीएल
तो
आईपीएल में थोड़ा सा डाउन नहीं रहा है बुमराह का परफॉर्मेंस, और मुझे लगता है कि इतना इतना बड़ा टूर्नामेंट बुमराह के लिए शायद थोड़ा सा कुछ फिटनेस का इशू हो जाता होगा। भले 4 ओवर फेंकना है, लेकिन
इस बार तो 16 मैच खेलना है,
मैचेस
14 नहीं खेलने,
इतने
16
इतना
मैच
लंबा,
खेलने हैं।
इसकी वजह से थोड़ा सा उनका बॉलिंग में उस तरीके का मतलब धार या पैनापन नहीं
See,
नजर आता है।
I think, sorry, I'll cut in. मैं ज़्यादा time नहीं लूँगा इसमें. I think we're over analyzing the Bumrah being at the COE. I think जो मैंने भी मेरे भी जो भी मैंने कुछ थोड़ा बहुत लिमिटेड सुना, I think it's a routine, it's just a routine checkup basically, कि एक गाड़ी जाती है गराज में just for routine oiling purposes. Just that I think that he's getting a routine check done to check if all his muscles and if his body is intact, because I think he'll have the IPL season will be strenuous, but I think the COE and the guys there, they know how to. They will be adequately prepared to handle him. I think there is adequate space after the IPL to rest him. There is enough time to give that body of his rest. That Afghanistan series doesn't need him. He doesn't need to play in the Ireland T20s. He can certainly skip the T20s in England. Maybe he could play the one dayers though. He will have to play. I think he might play 1 or 2 tests in Sri Lanka, depending on what the situation is. I think there's going to be enough space for that body to be rested before the team goes to New Zealand. And even there, they don't need to play him in the T20s, because I think the T20s at this time, I don't think they really need uh, that much attention. They can survive without. I mean, not until the next T20 World Cup cycle, not until the last 6 months of the next cycle. Bumrah doesn't need to be played in bilateral T20s until the last 6 months. So I think there's enough space for that body to be rested, and I think it's just a routine checkup. I don't think
Yeah,
it'll come down to him missing a match.
Abhinav,
I
it's
don't
not
think it'll
about
come down to him missing a match.
Abhinav. Abhinav, it's not about the missing the match. See, my
It's the
intention
impact
of
it's the impact basically which Bumrah has.
Bumrah,
The status
Bumrah
is
is like जिसे बोलते हैं ना, that phrase,
Bum,
नाम
एक
ही
मिनट,
काफी है. He's just
Bumrah
that.
at this moment with par with Sachin Tendulkar, Mahendra Singh Dhoni, Virat Kohli. These three names par with this guy, and no disrespect to any other great of Sharma or anybody else, but the stature matter. I'm not talking about the Mohammad Shami, he's a great test bowler. I'm not talking about the Kapil Dev. I'm not talking about those are the very legend type of player in different type of formats. But when it comes to 24 balls game, the person who has the mindset, the way he can
Correct.
manage the stuff. So why I took the word of COE, reason behind it, simple thing. When we talk about cricket, we talk about so many things, but here as a fan, always if somebody goes to see a doctor, we all can say it's a general checkup. Then we find out that, oh, our cholesterol is high, our something else is high, because we were not aware, we are fine. So if somebody goes somewhere, we don't know exactly what afterwards are. We saw exactly what happened with the Mitchell Stark of DC. DC today lost even another player. The question is that if he has gone to COE in between of, he could have been gone the day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. He has gone now, where the IPL is only 4 or 5 days to go for his first match. So concern always there as a fan that even though it's a regular one, the toll on a body to take from Mumbai to Bangalore to Mumbai, and then the Bangalore traffic, then the hot and humidity of the two cities. And he has to play all 16 matches within the maximum gap of 3 days. And this time, what I feel, humidity and the hot weather gonna to continue this time, because whatever the war is happening surrounding at surround of India, or whatever the changes in the environment. Simple, Bumrah is the thing. If MI has a dream to win this sixth record time, he is taking wickets or not. As somebody told once, taking wickets in T20 is a very good thing, but if somebody can do most of the time dot balls, is gem.
We discussed that. It's golden.
Yes, it's a golden thing. It's a golden line. And we
Yeah,
know
we
exactly
discussed this.
We
उसके
discussed
कारण
that.
से इंडिया में कितने पेड़ लगे हैं पता नहीं कहाँ लगे हैं, लेकिन पेड़ बहुत लगे, एक डॉट पे 100 पेड़, याद है ना? आईसीसी बीसीसीआई यही करता है, मतलब बीसीसीआई यही करता है, बट वी नेवर नो एग्जैक्टली व्हाट इज हैपनिंग.
बुमराह प्रेशर लाते हैं यार उनके ओवर में, दे नो वन हिट्स हिम आउट, और
अरे
सामने
दो
से
भी
जो
छक्के
आएगा
मार
उसको वो
दे,
मारने जाते हैं उसमें.
भाई दो
अभी
छक्के भी लग गए,
एक साइड से आप बुमराह बॉलिंग कर रहे हैं, दूसरी साइड से सपोज मिचेल सैंटनर आ रहे हैं, इतने चीकी, इतने बढ़िया स्पिनर. आई मीन हाउ कैन बैट्समैन स्कोर रन्स यार?
दैट्स वेरी ट्रू.
हाँ, और बुमराह का क्या है कि बुमराह का जो रूल है उनको जिस तरीके से यूज करती है टीम, वैसा कोई भी बॉलर अभी नहीं है जो मतलब वो रूल करते हुए दिखता है. उतना इफेक्टिवली करता है या नहीं ये तो हम हटा ही दे, क्योंकि मुंबई इंडियंस क्या करती है, बुमराह तो मतलब जब भी कोई मार खाता है, अभी एकदम रन रेट ज्यादा हो रहा है, पिछले ओवर में रन बहुत ज्यादा गया, तो बुमराह आएंगे और 5-6 रन का ओवर निकाल के चले जाएंगे. ऐसा अब 6th ओवर भी हो सकता है, 10th ओवर भी हो सकता है, 10th ओवर हो सकता है, तो ऐसा और कोई कर नहीं सकता है.
You want to put the brakes on the running, you get a Bumrah in here.
Absolutely.
He's your
And one more thing.
ultimate multiple use get out of jail card.
Of course.
He's your ultimate
No, absolutely.
multi-use get out of jail card.
That's
Bumrah,
why even if you are
if you're in the jail,
defending,
Bumrah, you're out of the jail. It's as simple as that.
even if you are defending 200 runs, you spare that 2 overs after 14 or 16 after 16th overs. That's the gem you have.
Absolutely. And guys, let's talk about, as we have completed our 1 hour and 12 minutes, and tomorrow is office for everyone. Let's talk about, see, we got to know one thing. In entire discussion, if somebody will watch it, they'll find out that indirectly we talked about the strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat. We don't need to say, we are not going to talk like analyst. Ye strength hai, ye weakness hai, ye, this is opportunity, this is strength. Nahi. We already discussed, we talked about that they have a problem with their foreign entities, especially the foreign players. They don't have problem with the Indian core. They don't have a foreign core. Every other team has their foreign core plus Indian core, and then they try to build a team. But it's a very different ball game here. In that sense,
I think the issue, I don't think it's an issue. It is a problem of plenty that Mumbai have with their overseas players, because almost every one of them, maybe Baris Gazanfar, is coming in with form behind them. So it is a problem of who do you pick in that to start. Because Bolt is a reputation pick. Gazanfar really hasn't played enough, but apart from that, the remaining six, you could easily you're going to be in a head scratch routine, whether you start off with Quinton Kock or Quinton, because Quinton Kock has a history of having 1-2 titles with Mumbai and playing brilliantly in those 2 titles, and having his recent form behind. Quinton had a very, very impressive first season, IPL season last year, and even his form hasn't been too bad. Mitchell Santner is coming in off a really, really good run of form as a captain. I mean, his captaincy can be debated, whether it's for New Zealand, it can be debated, but as a purely as a player, as a bowler, I think he's fearless in his role. And as a batter, he's suddenly found a second wind. Will Jacks is probably in the form of his life. He's played an Ashes series as a frontline spinner for England. However ludicrous it may sound, but yeah, that happened. But he had an outstanding T20 World Cup for England. I mean, literally, he was the only player who's impressive enough for England consistently through the tournament. I mean, Brooke had his moments. Uh, Bethel had his moment, but I think one player and Karan and Sam Karan, of course. I mean, uh, only Will Jackson was one of the only two English players to be consistently impressive right through the tournament. I mean, then Shafin Rutherford has been in great form for the West Indies, especially as a batter. Uh, and his threat perception, everybody knows just how devastating he can be when he's in his zone. Corbin Bosch as a player has grown over the last 12 months, especially for South Africa, and he had a very impressive T20 World Cup as well. So for Mumbai, I don't think I think we're misdiagnosing it as being an issue. I mean, uh, I mean, most teams will kill to have a problem plenty like this, especially for your overseas players. I think calling it a problem. I think that is where I think the issue actually is. I don't think it's a problem. It's not a problem in the negative sense at all. It's a problem plenty that Mumbai have. I mean, and most
See,
other teams will seem to have a problem.
We'll see how
Will
it
also
turns
have a
out.
problem like this.
How
Abhinav,
it
one
turns out.
thing, I think we
Yeah.
are done with this. You know why? You may say it's a problem of plenty, problem of falana, problem of dhamkana, but the biggest problem I still believe into, they don't have the strongest foreign players core. As simple as it is. You may think,
I have disagreements with it, but
of course,
I'll
might
let it
have.
slide.
So
I'll let it slide. I have
everybody
significant
can have
disagreements
the
with it.
disagreement to the agree to disagree. No problem in that. But the good part is that what other teams might be struggling with, their core team, Mumbai is settled down there. They have amazing captains with the mind. Surya Kumar Yadav, Rohit Sharma, Mitchell Santner, Quinton de Kock, Hardik Pandya, even Tilak Burma did captaincy for so many other formats and the in national and international in a not relegated manner, not in a India wala captaincy, but India A captaincy and all he did. So he has that brain. The good part it is when we are talking about Mumbai Indians, see, somewhere down the line we feel this team should do well because we might see few persons last time, few players last time this season. Might be they will be playing next year. That's okay. But depending upon. However, let's get into the next phase. That is our last phase and one of the toughest phase. That is 11 plus impact player. So please, in 1 minute, everybody will have the 1 minute. Then you explain. First, you say 11 plus 1. Then you explain why. But that 11 plus 1 has to be in a 1 minute timeline. That's it. After that, you say give the reasoning. That's okay. I will also say my 11 plus 1. Will explain it for 2 minutes. Chalega. But the team cannot be in between that. No, why I have picked it. First you say and then you say why you picked. I hope I'm clear about it. Starting with Apoorva this time.
Okay, so I will open with Quinton and Rohit Sharma. Number 3 will be Surya. Okay. Number 4, I will go with Tilak. 5 will be Hardik Pandya. 6 will be Will Jacks. 7 will be Mitchell Santner. 8 will be Shardul Thakur. 9 will be Trent Bolt. 10 will be Jasprit Bumrah. And I will play either Ashwini or Mayank Markande, one of them.
So you are taking Shardul, not playing Deepak Chahal, right?
Yeah, I'm playing Shardul. Yeah.
My
I'm
God,
definitely
that's
playing.
pretty risky though. It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to Nikunj.
Rohit Sharma, Quinton de Kock, Surya Kumar Yadav, Tilak Verma, Hardik Pandya, Will Jacks, Namandir, Mitchell Santner, Deepak Chahar, Trent Bolt, Jasprit Bumrah. Impact player Ashwini Kumar. Selected Will Jacks over Rutherford. It's because of the complete all-rounder and he is in supreme form. It will balance out the scores where the middle over where some of the core player does not perform. And if in a spin heavy, Santner sits out for some other reasons and get it Mayank Markande to give a chance and Corbin Bosch in place of Ashwin Kumar to balance out the team. These are my fix 11, what I spoke in a sequence with the reason I stated about.
Nice. Cool then. So go to Abhinav.
Straightforward, Rohit, Quinton, Kock at the top. Uh, then Surya at three. Then it's a interchangeable 4, 5, 6, 7 between with Tilak, Hardik, Will Jacks, Slack, Chopin, Rutherford. It is a toss up. Namandhir. Namandhir, I think, is somebody I think can float up the order. In fact, eight will be Mitchell Santner, but again, I think this sort of guy again you might think of using him as a floater this time in the back with the batting order. One of Shardul or Deepak Chahar, depending on who's fitter. Uh, Bolt and Bumrah. And your impact players, depending on if it's a slightly slower surface, then Mayank Markande comes in. If you need a little bit more help with the pace, I think Ashwini comes in. And if you're in a position where you're batting second, then of course I think uh, depending on the equation, either Rohit or I think Rohit could become that impact player. Unless and until you're thinking to let Rohit start the game as in the field, then Mayank Rawat for me will be my impact player.
Okay. So let's go ahead with my team. I would like to go ahead with the Rohit, QDK, Suryakumar Yadav, Tilak Burma. It's a number 5 ho gaya. And then I will go ahead with your Hardik. Then I will go ahead with the Santner, Corbin Bosch. Then I will have my hero Boom. And then I will go ahead with any of the player like spinning torpe, either Mayank Markande or somebody else, not a problem. What plus one may I will keep it an all rounder. I will might keep your what do you say players like Rajangad Baba or Mayank Rawat plus one if I require, and I will keep instead of the Rohit I will keep Boom as a plus one, matlab in the sense where he can take rest 4 over complete and go home, because I don't want him to be. I would not like to show him in the batting. Very unfortunate might be sometimes that team goes through for 90 for 6 and all, and you need to use your batsman in that sense. But overall, I would like to go ahead with either the Rohit. It looks pretty fit, so I don't want to make him out or make him sit in the dugout. I would rather go ahead with somebody else who might be filling the shoes of an all-rounder. So in that sense, that will be my team. However, as Abhinav has come here first time, we know exactly what Nikunj and Apoorva's top 4 and bottom 4. Abhinav, please fast say your top 4 of IPL 26 and bottom 4 of IPL 26. No in between. And then
I'll
you say
not
why.
keep a bottom 4. I'll keep a bottom 3. My top 4: Mumbai, MI, RCB, then my RCB, KKR. No, not KKR. Sorry, not KKR. I'm not. I don't think KKR this time is good enough. Mumbai, NCB, Punjab, and GT. I'm going with the same top 4 as last year.
No bottom for you?
My bottom 4, I suspect KKR, DC, and SRH.
No LSG. Mm.
No, LSG very, very close to fighting with SRH. I think I'm putting LSG marginally ahead because I don't know why. I really don't know
And
why.
SRH, you are not keeping in the top 5, top 6.
No,
Looks
no,
very
no. I
different.
think that bowling attack for SRH looks atrocious. It is. It's literally your pitch. It's a sort of a bowling attack that can easily concede 300. It is unfortunately it is that kind of a bowling attack that can concede 300,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
especially with
mm-hmm.
Pat Cummins not being uh, probably not being fit enough to play in the first 2 3 games. I really don't see anything good for that SRH bowling attack. DC's mismanaged. I don't know. I mean, it's a giant cluster of a situation for Delhi. I think a lot of it boils down to their ownership. I've always long held to that belief that Kiran Kumar Gandhi and GMR don't compete. Are competing are here in the IPL only for a participation trophy. That is it. I think he's more interested in making himself a meme during auctions कि किसी का bid बढ़ा के एकदम जो है वो hero बनना. That is it. I think he is not concerned with building a title winning team. Uh, and KKR, I think their entire pace bowling attack has met a hospital ward, and that is a problem. So, which is why I see those 3 teams in the at the bottom.
Fine.
Uh,
I think we are done for the day for MI, and just for the records, I just want to go through one or two pointers that who are the top teams or the top players for for MI. It is like Rohit Sharma, Pollard, Yadav, Ambati, Raidu, and Sachin Tendulkar. Nice to see Sachin Tendulkar still exists in the history of Mumbai Indians. Still, nobody able to beat that 2500 even run. But again, this time very good opportunity for Suri Kumar Yadav in that sense. However, when you go to the bowling lineup, it is Lasith Malinga with the 170
Asit
wicket.
Malinga. Yeah.
Yeah, Jasprit Bumrah 160 plus, so he has a great opportunity to ensure that he will be the top for Mumbai Indian, and he deserves. Harbhajan Singh 120 plus, Mitchell McLagan still name is there 70 plus, and the Kairan Pollard is number 5. It means that it shows that still the Hardik Pandya's name is not there not in batting, not in bowling. That is pretty much looking very very impossible part to see. But again, I hope that his name might appear this year if he will go ahead with a better batting and bowling sequences. However, thank you so much everyone for your time, and I know exactly that tomorrow is a working day for everyone apart from Nikunj, but Nikunj also has to go and travel the city around with
Yeah, I need to. No, no, no. I need to catch the 5 a.m. train now. I'm coming back. It's been 3 days. I'm
okay.
here.
Okay. Then Abhinav, there's a Abhinav's too much of work is around. I know exactly. We cannot discuss what the work, but there is too much of work for him. Exactly. He is working. He's a lawyer, but somewhere down the line working with lots of data and data mining. Best wishes to you, Abhinav. Join us in the future if you have a time. Because and Nikunj and Apoorva, thank you so much for your time. Always we ask for Friday will be the bigger time we need because we might have to review the entire IPL because Saturday
Season.
is the IPL is starting, and we might have 1 hour ka session on Thursday. In that, we'll go ahead rapidly for the all 4 team are left: LSG, DC, RR, and one more team. I think is just
KKR.
SRH.
No,
No,
KKR also.
I'm waiting for DCLSG. My
No,
both
no, no.
favorite teams.
All 4 team in 1 hour with a 15 minutes slot.
Harsha Bhogle
That,
just tweeted today that he's liking the DC team. So they got a good team. Mitchell Stark, Akshar Patel, David Miller. They're looking sorted. Ashutosh
the
Sharma
only
in the middle
problem is
I
order.
that
liked
Mitchell
it.
Stark is not.
I liked it
Sorry?
last time also. I
Yeah,
I
liked it
liked
last
it
time
they
too
also.
much.
might. We are all thinking that it'll be in the bottom four. You might just see
Yeah, because they
DC
have KL Rahul. We are
get some
talking about too
surprises.
many big things. We are
KL
not talking
Rahul,
about the KL Rahul and Akshar Patel. They are
exactly.
the
Let's
world.
see how
They are
And
that
the
Mitchell
jinx
India's
Stark.
wonderful
jinx
player.
breaks.
Yeah.
Let's see how
All right,
that
guys.
jinx breaks this time.
All right, guys. Thank you.
All right,
Nice
guys.
catching
Good
up,
night,
Abhinav. Nice
James.
catching
Thank
Good
you.
Nikunj.
night.
Thank
Good
you
night.
so
Nice
much.
meeting